The internet wasn't like shut down because it overheated, because they said there was a Hollywood Reporter article that said in the first hour on Twitter, 71% of the tweets about Ben Affleck as Batman were negative. And then it was something like 16% were like neutral, and then I was the other 12%. They announced, for those of you who've not been paying attention, but I don't know how you could fucking miss this story, because fuck, it took the world by storm. They announced that in the new forthcoming Superman movie, the sequel to Man of Steel, which they haven't announced the title to yet. I doubt it'll be Man of Steel 2. They have hinted at that it might be Superman versus Batman. Regardless, whatever the next Superman movie is, Batman is in it, and they've announced that Ben Affleck, a dude we both worked with, is going to wind up playing Bruce Wayne in Batman. This is a fucking tremendous course of development for me, because 12 years ago, I bought Ben Affleck's house. So now I own Wayne Manor, man. And we're having a party and you're all invited. It's very, very cool. I've said many times over the course of my speaking life or whatever, I think Ben's a tremendous actor. I said he could play anything. He could play the shark in a Jaws remake. So if they cast him as Batman, I believe me, I was the first one who was just, I was shocked. I didn't think he'd ever do it. I didn't even think he was in the running, and not because they didn't think he was worthy. I knew they'd want to go after him. They've gone after him for other stuff in the past. I didn't think he'd do it because he's like, fuck it, man. I got Argo, I got this directing career going. I don't need to go into the world of superheroes and stuff. Contrary to a lot of people on the internet are just like, you gotta talk to Ben. Did he tell you? Assuming that Ben and I have the same relationship that you and I have. We don't. I don't speak to Ben very often at all and stuff. So everything I say tonight is based on conjecture. It's not based on having an inside line. I found out about it the same time it hit the news like everybody else. I was like, holy fucking shit, man. Immediately, I was tickled because I'm like, even though I don't talk to the dude much anymore, I'm like, this is a motherfucker I spent 12 hardcore years making art with. Some of the best times of my life on a set with this guy. So to find out that he's playing one of my favorite characters on the planet, I'm like, I believe in Ben as an actor, obviously. I cast him over and over again. Some people go, yeah, you believe in him in like fucking roles like that, but not as fucking Batman. And then people will like draw a line going, well, he can play an excellent Bruce Wayne, but he can't play Batman, and he hasn't done fucking anything yet. But people point to Daredevil and be like, he's been Daredevil, and he fucked that movie up and shit like that. I don't think he fucked the movie up, and also that's a whole different affair. There are a bunch of people who are like, he's gonna ruin it, this is the end of the Batman franchise. They're saying this is like, I've seen tweets that are like, come back Val Kilmer and shit like that. But I think everyone's like way off the mark. I think once everyone gets it out of their system and it kind of settles down, it's a really great choice. This guy will not drop the fucking ball, and here is why. He's been to the top of the pyramid. Dude won an Academy Award for writing Good Will Hunting. Then went on to play major movie roles, became a movie star. Wasn't just doing like classy work or Academy type work. He was making big ass fucking movies, huge big budget movies for a stretch there. So after there was a movie or two that I think one of them I had something to do with, that handicapped his career, the whole Gigli thing, and Jennifer Lopez and whatnot. And so for a while, people were kicking him in the teeth, and he was down, and they were pulling plugs on movies he was in. And for a while, like, he was really down the dumps, and people shit on him and whatnot. So he slowly brought himself out of that by doing what? Not acting, by becoming a director. He did Gone Baby Gone, then after that did The Town, and then of course he did Argo, man, which was the crown jewel. So he was up here, then down here, then all the way back here, and then once they made this announcement, the whole of the internet turned around and was like, fuck him in the ass again! And he dropped fucking back down here. Now, Ben will not drop the ball for this very reason. He's been here and he's been here. He knows this rocks. He knows how horrible this is. He's loved the character for a long, long time. One of the things we bonded over early in our lives when we met on Mallrats was fucking Batman. Like, he always wanted to play Batman. That's the real irony of this whole thing. He was always kind of into the idea of playing Batman. But at that point, all the Batman movies were done, and they'd done the one with Clooney, and they were kind of fucking finished. So that's why he went to Daredevil. He loved Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns. So when Daredevil came out, he was thinking, oh, fucking Miller wrote Daredevil as well, man. As close as I'll get to Batman. So it's always been in him, in his house, in the house what was his, which is now mine. It's taken me a long time to start thinking of it as my house. But in the house that was his, when I first went to tour through the house on 4th of July 2001, he goes, come here, Smitty, I gotta show you this, come here. Takes me into his room, and I was like, I've seen your dick. And he goes, no, come here, come here. And he took me into right off the bedroom, which is now my bedroom. Right off the bedroom, there's a little kitchenette area. We made it a kitchenette. In there was a little study office. It's got this big, beautiful bookcase in it. So he goes, look at that. And I was like, that's fantastic, dude. This is a good-looking bookcase. You didn't read all these books. And he goes, that's what I'm talking about. Look, and he reaches in the bookcase, presses a button, and all of a sudden, the one to the far left goes, boo, opens up, and you see an entryway to a secret fucking room. And I go, get the fuck out of here. You built the Batcave? And he goes, I built a Batcave entrance. I said, so what's in there? He goes, go look. And then you walk in, man, because you're like, holy shit, there's gonna be poles, there's gonna be a deep cavern, tiny ass little room. Had a phone in it, a TV on the wall with a security camera and a little safe and shit. And it was a panic room, essentially. Not like the panic room in that fucking movie, man, where it looked like they could have lived in it. It looked like the Hoth bunker and shit. This is just a little panic room that's there if somebody ever breaks in. You go in a room, close the fucking bookcase, call the cops, and then watch the motherfucker on your TV giggle as the police show up and shit. So it's still